Hey guys, we're live on Jupiter. Uh, I'm experimenting tonight a little bit because I got Jupiter and two of her moons, and I'm going to try to adjust it up, get it centered a little bit better, and work with my controls. The moon is sopping in tonight. It's a spooky moon tonight, and I'm going to wheel down there in a minute, but I wanted to try to see if I could show you what Jupiter looks like on this telescope with this camera. I have no Barlow. I have gamma control, and if I turn the saturation up too much, you can see the moons kind of disappear. Let me turn the gain down a little bit. Center it a little bit more. And I've got the exposure all the way at -10. I'll turn the exposure up a little bit so I can show you the moons. There are, I think, 4 moons on one side and 2 on another. I'm not sure which side. And you're seeing them coming in and going out because it is a cloudy night. I think we're doing pretty good to get what we are. Let me see if I can. I'm going to turn the exposure down just a little bit. I'm going to concentrate not on the moons now. I showed you the moons. I'm going to concentrate on the color and see what I can do with this a little bit. I've got the saturation at 4. I'm going to turn it up, bring it up. Let's just center this so we can concentrate on Jupiter. Saturation is at 5, contrast at 4, brightness at -10, gain I'll turn the saturation down just a dab. I think there you see a little bit of clouds coming in. I'm going to leave it at that. That's really not too bad. You can see the moons sparkling in and out. You got 3 moons on the screen at the same time. On this HD high definition Jupiter, you see 3 moons live and the planet Jupiter. Not too shabby, guys. Not too shabby for a cloudy night. And I think that you will be astounded what I'm going to be able to do with this, with that camera that Mike and I are working on. See how it's going kind of in and out right now? That's atmospherics. That's atmospherics. I didn't do any video last night because I went over to Mike's, and Mike had a kind of a telescope party. We met with a guy I call the professor, very knowledgeable, and was showing us a lot of the things that deal with this particular telescope, because he has one exactly like it, except for the mount. Turn the contrast down just a tad. I think that's an outstanding picture. Raise it up a little bit. I tried to get this for you the other night, and I couldn't find it for the life of me, but that professor, that's not his real name, but that's what I'm calling him on the video. He has been in astronomy since he was 7, and he really was super sharp for this stuff. We looked at the Ring Nebula, and we looked at Jupiter, and we also looked at the moon. And this is the first time I've ever seen Jupiter on my telescope. Let's rise it a little bit, see if we can see that moon on the bottom. I don't see it. Yeah, I do. See it kind of blinking in and out. Let's go over and up a little bit and see if we see any more. No, I don't. You can see how the color, actually to bring out the color on Jupiter you need to put, I think, a yellow filter on. But I'm not going to mess with the filters tonight because I'm just learning. And I think there you see the one moon below, and you'll see the other two coming in. This is just like a real time tutorial on YouTube in high definition for astronomy. Now see, that's not anything but clouds. We're fighting the clouds. But I do see that the moon seems to be in pretty good shape in the clearing. So what I'm going to do, this is real live TV, guys, live TV. And we're going to go to the moon, and I'm going to hit the planet button on my remote and pick the moon and hit enter, and you hear the telescope moving up and down and in and out. How about that? It went right to the moon. I didn't have to do nothing. I'm sitting in front of my computer. Let's take a default on this and turn that contrast down. If it looks brighter tonight, it's because I took that moon filter off. I should have left it on, but I thought, being cloudy and everything, that let me turn the gamma down. Let me go to the camera control and try to adjust this down a little bit. Well, guys, I cut it off because I was losing frames, and I started it back up. It's been kind of soppy. As you can see, it's a spooky moon, and it does come and go. So this session isn't going to be as long tonight, but I wanted to bring to your attention that this particular moon now, although it's under a cloud cover, I put the moon filter in there, and so the moon filter is now reducing the brightness, and you can see, I think, some of the detail is still there. I want to mention one thing about this telescope. This telescope has a tracking mechanism built into it that allows you to turn on what they call lunar tracking. There's sidereal tracking, solar tracking, and lunar tracking. And although I haven't been talking to you or online in the last half hour or 45 minutes, the telescope has pretty much stayed right where I left it on the moon. And it's amazing how it does do spot on navigation. I was at Jupiter way over here, and the moon was way down there, and I just said go to it, and boom, it went right to it, as you saw. One of the things I'm going to be doing this next week, we're getting a special sun filter in, And the sun filter is going to allow us to look at the sun and see the CME, the corona mass ejection emissions from the sun. I deliberately wanted to bring the telescope out tonight because of the moon and how it was cloudy, so you could see what it would look like in the clouds. And you can see that the clouds does distort, the focus and everything, but it just, like I told you before, to me it looks spooky. It's a spooky moon tonight. But it's kind of neat that we got to see Jupiter. Anyhow, I'm going to cut this short, and hopefully tomorrow night will be a better viewing conditions for us. So in the meantime, I wish for you and yours clear skies, guys.